zone? Well, let's understand that this makes us feel safe, comfortable, and that we can consciously choose to step outside of it. Now, for me personally, my comfort zone is my own apartment. When I come home from work, I'm in a new apartment now and I feel this so much better versus my old apartment where I did not have my comfort zone anymore. And it really took a stroll on my mental health and affected my work ability. But this is my apartment. I want to come home at the end of the day, sit down on my couch, and just breathe for a moment without having to worry about people. Yes. Um, let's visualize our success. Let's take the calculated risk. Let's embrace failure. Hello. Welcome back to Just a Breezy Chat. We are on our final season 10, and we are on episode 6 with 2 more episodes to go. Hard to believe this podcast is coming to an end, and I started this podcast literally 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. But we have new podcasts out, we have new projects going. So here we are. My name is Breezy, and this is Just a Breezy Chat. If you're new here, hit that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Also, please subscribe, help a girl out. Today's topic is stepping out of our comfort zone. And how many of us have a comfort zone that we cannot step out of? How many of us have tried stepping out of our comfort zone and it just feels so weird? Also, how many of us have learned that stepping out of our comfort zone can be helpful from time to time? If you're listening, I raised my hand for all of those podcasts, all of those questions, but I think you all know that answer. Um, but what is the definition of a comfort zone? And this is a place or a situation where someone feels safe or at ease without stress. What are the pros of having our comfort zone? Well, we reduce stress and anxiety. Who's an anxiety queen like me? Me. I also have depression queen. But anyway, but yeah. But what else? Okay, we have familiar situations within our comfort zone that create a sense of control, and we have a feeling of worry and unease. We also have a confidence boost, and we perform tasks like usually within good comfort zones can enhance. We have efficient performances as well. Repetitive tasks within the comfort zone can be exciting and soothing. Mental stability. Heaven knows, in this day and time, mental health is super important, honestly. And this is a stable environment when you can get out of your comfort zone and provide a sense of psychological well being. What are some cons? Limited personal growth, lack of innovation, complacency. Personal growth is important. I do agree on that one. If you're a terrible person, like you're a mean girl, and you continue to be a mean girl throughout your whole life, well, guess what? You're gonna be a mean girl for the rest of your life and you're gonna burn out real quickly. I work with a mean girl, so I know personally. Do I like her? No. Am I going to say am I going to keep the peace at work? Most definitely. But we don't talk to each other unless we have to and we tolerate each other. That's how it goes. And I also think it's just a clash of personalities why we don't like each other and her tone is very rude. Yeah. Y'all know the type. Then there's the fear of the unknown for crying out loud. Who are some celebrities that who are some celebrities that have stepped out of their comfort zone? There's Daniel Day Lewis. Y'all might remember him from playing a disabled man in My Left Foot. Matthew McConaughey. That's a good looking man. Through his transforming for roles like Dallas Buyers Club and Magic Mike. I think I want to rewatch Magic Mike again. Um, Jennifer Lawrence and taking on complex, darker characters, like the Hunger Games, for example. Emma Watson when she was moving past Harry Potter and Beauty and Beast and Little Women. And there's Chris Pratt, good, very good looking man, might I add. Um, so, and then there's Meryl Streep. Believe it or not, Miss Meryl Streep can step out of her comfort zone and push boundaries that we don't know she has. What are some key points to point out? Well, let's acknowledge our fears. Let's start with small, gradual steps, embracing discomfort as a sign of progress. Let's set some goals. Let's seek support from others. Let's celebrate small wins. Let's reframe challenges as opportunities for growth. pushing yourself to try new things, even if they feel daunting to experience personal development. Um, how can we identify our comfort zone? Well, let's understand that this makes us feel safe, comfortable, and that we can consciously choose to step outside of it. Now, for me personally, my comfort zone is my own apartment. When I come home from work, I'm in a new apartment now and I feel this so much better versus my old apartment where I did not have my comfort zone anymore. And it really took a stroll on my mental health and affected my work ability. But this is my apartment. I want to come home at the end of the day, sit down on my couch, and just breathe for a moment without having to worry about people. Yes. Um, let's visualize our success. Let's take the calculated risk. Let's embrace failure as a learning opportunity. When there's positive self talk, let's encourage ourselves. There's being patient. Lord knows patience, not really my strong point. I'm gonna be the first one to admit that. Then there's finding a support group. Support groups are good, honestly. Then why is it good? There's personal development. We can tackle these new challenges and learn new skills, and we can develop like adaptability, and also we can gain a better understanding of our capabilities. Then there's increased confidence, where it's like successfully navigating situations outside your comfort zone where it boosts our self esteem. There's creativity and invention. I love creative soul. I'm a creative soul myself, so what can I say? There's resilience building. There's facing discomfort and overcoming challenges and strengthens our ability. Sometimes I have discomfort in showing emotion. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm not. I l- I learned at a very early age to not wear my heart on my sleeve. Sometimes it shows and I hate it. I really do. So emotions have never really been my strong point. I'm just gonna point that out right now. Unless we're talking about football, then those emotions start to come out heavily. And look, I've realized this. Whenever I date someone, you have to be able to handle me during football season. That's all I'm saying. If you can't handle me during football season, I don't think we're gonna work out. I hate to say that, but it's true. But then there's better decision making. There's overcoming fear as well. Nobody likes, nobody likes fear. But what's like when so where I live, there is a bar called Whiskey Dick, so you can go line dancing and stuff. My coworker goes all the time. He's a social butterfly. But anyway, um, I started going because I want to try to step out of my comfort zone. I still go every once in a while, but I don't go as often. I like my little bubble. I like to do my little socializing hour because I am an introvert. And talking to a camera does help. I will say that. But yeah. So should I get a haircut, by the way? Squirrel brain. Anyway, then I moved. Then moving to Tennessee was what really helped me. And I've always wanted to live outside of the state of Alabama. Let's clarify that. Um, how does that mean? When you live someplace your whole life, you get comfortable, you get into a routine. It can either hit you or it can make you unhappy. You just gotta know how to. And I was unhappy. So moving to Tennessee was the best decision I could have made. Even though I'm struggling financially, that's okay. I'm happier here. My mental health is happier here. When do you know to step out? This lack of personal growth, when you feel stuck in everything. There's the fear of taking risk. There's a boredom with routine, unfulfilled aspirations, complacency. Are you satisfied? There's feeling stuck, like I said. I felt stuck in Alabama. Then there's a desire for change. Um, what are some important points to remember? Start small. It can be cutting your hair when you've had it so long for so long. It can be dyeing your hair or I don't know, just little things. It can be embracing discomfort. Um, then there's also setting realistic goals and celebrating our progress. Okay, and I want to end this with a quote, as we always do. If you're not good, If you're not getting outside of your comfort zone, then you're not growing. That is it for this episode. Join me next time as I talk about being a caring person and that I actually care. I'll see y'all next time.